we've always been taught to have an emergency fund, right? The term emergency puts you in a scarcity mindset off the cuff. It's an emergency fund, right? And I'm not saying anybody shouldn't have an emergency fund. You want to have your bases covered, but what about having an opportunity fund?
I like that. You're talking good.
Right? So now you have money set aside to take advantage of an opportunity if it persists, right? One of the things I love about hanging with Dion, hanging around him, I stumble upon money. Like from a funding standpoint, 20,000 this bank, 50,000. I'm just stacking my funding ability so that if a recession does happen, I have an opportunity fund and I'm able to take advantage of something versus being a victim of something.
Okay, I like it. Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast. We find dope people that did dope stuff. Today's no different, man. And we're going to talk a little bit about making money. Well, we're going to talk a lot about making money.
A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
A whole lot. So this whole episode is about making money. Okay, well, not only making money, but keeping money. I was just talking to the morning meetup, and I was telling them that it's easier, and I want to get you guys' opinion, easier to make money or to keep money.
That's good. I think it's easier. I think it's easier to make money because now we live in a space where we're in a digital space. Making money it can be easy in certain instances, but a lot of people don't know how to keep it from not spending it, right? And from not investing it, and especially from taxes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we think making money is the end all be all, but then we look at and like, how much are you actually keeping though, bro? So I think that's very important.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I would say the same. I've been making a lot of money. And I think we all can attest to that. But I had to call Carter because I said, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to save the money. That's
like,
my
where'd it all go?
And and I don't want to pay it in taxes. So I think it's easy to make it and save it.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? People who don't make money, they'll probably say it's harder to make money than to keep it. Because if you get a paycheck, all you got to do is just not spend it. But it seems like the more you make, the harder it is to not spend it. and there are things that we call investments that, though they are a business expense, not really. So for instance, I got 5 or 6 cameras here, right? And they're really good cameras. Look how they look. It's really good. But my friend was telling me about this other camera. It's a Sony FX30. It's like, yo, you should get this FX30. It does this and that and all that. You got to get these lenses. The camera might be like $2,000. A really good lens is going to be like another $1,500 each lens. So I went and bought 5 of the new cameras. Justification, it's a business expense.
Yeah.
But did I need to buy that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm masking what I want in a business expense. I don't need 5 more cameras, bro.
Yeah. And one thing we always say in the accounting world is don't let the tail wag the dog. Don't spend $1 to save 40 cents. Don't spend $1 to save 50 cents, right? Because you still spent $1. So we need to think about what do we actually need that's going to help our business generate more income. Just because you go buy something and it's a tax deduction, but is it going to make you more money, right? Now these cameras, you could sell the other ones, keep the new ones, but like you might not need all 10. But we got to be smart about. I love the fact that you're thinking about write-offs, but like also what do we actually need versus just want? You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Look, let's get into this conversation. But I'd love for you gentlemen to introduce yourself. You're kind of new to the show, okay?
For sure.
Carter's a cousin, you know what I mean? If you're on the morning meetup and all that kind of stuff. But I guess you can introduce yourself and what it is that you do.
Yep. So my name is Dion Coopwood. Instagram at Mr. Phenomenal Power for those who don't follow me. Born and raised in the South Side of Chicago, and I teach individual entrepreneurs and coaches not how to pay somebody else how to enhance and improve your credit, but I teach you how to do it yourself and how to start your own credit repair organization so that way you can go get it back too.
Oh, so you teach people okay. So there's some people that teach how to repair your credit or how to kind of improve your credit score. But you're teaching people how to teach people how to do that.
And I'm teaching them how to do it themselves. Because most people, when we see bad stuff on our credit, we go running somebody else and pay them thousands of dollars to do it. And unfortunately, we never really get results. So I teach them a whole totally different concept called Metro 2 compliance, where I'm showing them how to, with the simple upload of their credit profile and one click of a button, how they can repair their own credit and get excellent results and then how to take the same concept that I taught you to do for yourself, how to do it for somebody else and make money doing it.
All right. So I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like write letters. I don't want to send them over.
Yep.
Then wait for nothing to happen. Then you write more letters.
Yep.
And then I don't want to do that.
Yep.
And it seems like fixing your own credit, and I don't even know if am I saying that right? Is it fixing your own credit? Is it
repair, right?
Yeah.
Repairing
it's like
your?
repair. Yeah.
I know there's something you're not supposed to say.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me. Anyway, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And it seems too laborious.
Yeah. No, I agree. And that's why everybody has been coming to me, because the concept that I teach, which again is called Metro 2 Compliance.
Metro 2 Compliance.
Metro 2 Compliance. It's a concept where you don't have to worry about getting a fax machine, a printer. You don't worry about what letters, because most people say, oh, get a 609 letter, get a 611 letter and send that in, and then you're going to keep sending rounds of letter in. You don't have to do none of that. You don't need no ink, no printer. You don't need none of that. I have a system that's going to do everything for you. All you got to do is go get your credit report, upload it into my system. One click of a button, it does everything for you.
Really?
Everything.
He was the first person I ever saw doing that, because like, we all get the letters and you tell your people like you mail letters away. I don't got time for that. He told me about this thing and I'm like, bro, this is different. Yeah. And then I had him speak at one of my events and he getting people's bankruptcies removed off their. I'm like, bro, this is different. So that's why I was like, bro, you own something. I know a lot of people in the credit space, and I love all my friends in the credit space. Yeah. But this Metro 2 stuff, this is different.
All right. So what happens? Because you don't just push a button and that joint is fixed. Like what happens when you push that button?
All right, so let me. I have to bring you back to make it make sense, though.
Okay, please.
So most people who do credit repair, they teach in factual disputing. You've heard of that, right?
What?
Factual disputing.
Factual dispute.
Factual
dispute. Okay.
That means that something.
That's that Chicago twang. I hear it.
That means that there's something on my credit report, and when I look at it, I can factually dispute it, which is the only one true legal way in order to repair your credit.
Okay.
It's called factual disputing. That's even on the credit repair exam. So that means that I see some on my credit report and the information is either need to be verified that I own it, or the information needs to be accurate across all three bureaus, or it needs to be complete. So there's so many different variables in which information is not accurate all across three bureaus because they're not communicating with each other. Most people are doing factual disputing. Well, the problem with that is that the credit bureaus are getting paid to report items from data furnishers. That means that if you owe 18...
Hold on. The credit report, so TransUnion, let's say, gets paid to put stuff on their report?
So if you had a phone with AT&T and you left and went to T-Mobile and you owe AT&T, you forgot to pay that last bill. AT&T now says, David owe us money and we're going to pay Trans, Equifax, and Experience to report it.
Oh.
So they're getting paid by these data furnishers to report all the information. So when you send in a letter saying this ain't mine or verified, they're going to send it back and say verified because they want to continue to get paid. So they're going to fight you as long as they can. So that's the problem with consumers because that's the issue. Whereas if you use Metro 2 Compliance states that the credit bureaus must be in compliance with their own standard that they put in place. So they sat down at the round table, Trans, Equifax, and Experian, along with Innovis. They called themselves the CDIA, the Consumer Data Industry Association. So they sat down and they put together a compliance standard that states that in order for items to even be reported on a consumer credit profile, it must meet Metro 2 compliance standard. And majority of the information don't meet it because when did I ever do transactions with a lot of these third-party companies and or these credit like collection agencies? I never did business with you guys, so why is you reporting it? So when I send in a letter, I'm basically telling the credit bureaus, hey, you put together this standard in place and all information must mandatorily be in compliance with the information to be reported. So since it doesn't, I need you to remove it. And they just say, I'm going to remove it.
Really?
It's their standard. But they're not teaching it. Nobody's talking about it. So I'm teaching and talking about it. And everybody like, what the hell is this?
So he using their own compliance standard against them, which makes them have to remove it. Because like if it's your idea, and I'm telling you, this is your idea, bro. Yeah. Right. You told me, you came up with this. So
rules, bro.
Yeah, these are your rules. I'm just telling you, these don't go with your rules.
That's it. So most people, they're sending in letters talking about what's being reported. I'm sending it where I'm teaching people to send in a letter where you're not even really sending it because my system is doing it for you. The system is putting together the letter that states that it doesn't have the ability to be even reported. I'm not talking about what's being reported, what's there. I'm saying it can't even be there because you put this standard in place and it goes against all standards.
That's hard. How long you been in this space?
A few years.
And what made you get into this business?
I've always liked numbers and math and anything dealing with financial literacy. I always liked it. Prior to getting into it, I was doing life insurance and financial planning prior to that. So I said, man, this is cool, but life insurance is the most sexy topic. And I said, what can I do that's similar to it? And it was crazy because I was actually running my own solar renewable energy company, and we were having challenges in the company where we were getting people qualified to go solar. So I said, well, I need to start this credit company. And so I did that to go through the repair process, and it was gruesome because I was doing factory disputing, trying to get people credit repaired. And I came across Metro 2, and I said, all right, let me research this thing. And man, I said, this thing bad. And I partnered up with a gentleman and got with a developer and created my own software that gets the job done. Because I said, I don't want nobody, if you're gonna do credit repair, don't stay up to 2-3 o'clock in the morning trying to compile letters, doing copy and paste and doing all of that. I want to create a system that with one click of a button, it does the job for you. And so it's been created.
Dion's dope, man.
I mean, cool peoples, man. I wouldn't invite nobody who's not, you know. And we both from the South Side of Chicago. That's what I love, man. Because where we're from, you're taught like if somebody's on your level in your space, or like that's competition.
Yeah.
Get them away from eliminate the competition. But like we're trying to show the world that two people from the South Side of Chicago, Black men can come together and really try to educate our people on financial literacy and do it together in a way that's benefiting everybody.
Gotcha. But you don't do the same thing that he does.
No.
Right. So I guess introduce yourself now.
Gotcha. Carter Cofield, Cofield advisor on all social media platforms. And I teach entrepreneurs and business owners how to live tax-free. Because I saw that, we're in a digital entrepreneur space. Like everybody's starting their business and making money. It's a beautiful thing, right? But I came from the world of helping wealthy people keep all their money, keep millions. So I'm like, why am I doing this for people who don't look like me? When I have all these people who look like me, who are starting businesses, who are leveling up, why don't I take my knowledge that I have from the corporate world, the corporate tax saving world, start my own business and help my people not just make the bag, but help them keep the bag? Because we know it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. So my job is teaching people all the strategies that I know that I took from this corporate world and helping millionaires save millions. I mean, taking a tax bill from 5 million down to like hundreds of thousands, if not zero, right? Teaching that to my people on how to keep the money, live tax-free, and build generational wealth in the process.
I love it. Yeah, I see both of you do some teaching in terms of empowering other people, right? And I want to get into like the psychology behind making money and what it takes. So we're not gonna put your numbers out there, but you like almost 3x your income from last year to this year.
Yeah.
And last year wasn't a little bit.
We did okay.
What did you do? What happened? Like, how did you 3x your income from a sizable income? First off, what happened?
I think number one, it starts with mentors, right? So I now have 4 mentors that I pay a lot of money to learn. Neil Davis, obviously being one of them, because I learned that the difference between the money I make right now and the money I want to make is information and execution. Right. So I'm not going to leave it up to me to get the information. I know how to execute. So I'm gonna just pay these people to tell me what to do. And the beautiful part about paying somebody is when you pay somebody so much money, you're going to do what they say, right? So you can do what they say. So I paid mentors to teach me strategies on what to do. And then probably the biggest thing I did was create a list of what I shouldn't do. So at the top of this year, I looked at the activities that I was making in my business. What are these activities that I'm doing that's either making me no money or little money that I can eliminate, and then double down on the activities that are making me a lot of money?
What was making you a little bit of money?
Doing minimum wage activities.
Right.
So booking my own flights, just creating processes. And so now I have an operations manager. She creates all the processes and things and systems that we need in place. And I just focus on doing what I do best, which is teaching tax strategies, learning new tax strategies that I can then teach my students and my clients. So I think that was really big, because I was spending a lot of time on minimum wage activities. And now I spend my time on high value, high revenue activities.
Gotcha. How was your last year? It was good?
Yeah, it was good. 5X'd.
You 5X from last year to this year?
5X.
What'd you do?
I follow the concept of those who don't pay attention. So I put myself in a position similar to Carter, where I said, I need to pay so I can really put myself in position to really pay attention to the individual that is coaching and mentoring me to get to that next level. And similar to Carter, that's what we met in Neo's program. And so I paid Neo, and I just said, yo, if I'm going to pay somebody this amount of money, I need to get a return on my investment.
He's getting a lot of free advertisement right now.
Yeah. But he's a good guy.
I need my money, man.
Yeah, so that's really what it was. And the same month that I paid, the following month I got my money back, because it was like I had a burning desire to want to get to that next level. You know what I mean? I knew that, when I looked at somebody, people got to understand, like, if you really want to be successful, you need to get with the person that is performing at the level that you want to be at. Yeah. And so when I looked at, individuals like a Neo and so forth, I said, that's where I want to get to. And so when I paid him, I said, I got to get my money back. Yeah. And so when he told me the plays to run, I instantly ran them. A lot of people don't understand that concept. They be like, well, why are you guys charging? Why are you guys charging? Well, why wouldn't we? Because if you get it for free, you're not going to value it the same. Yeah. It's like all of us, we got children and stuff like that. If you just give your children stuff, they like, all right, cool. But if you make them buy with they $2-3 that they got, they be like, yo, they not gonna get the shoes dirty ever. It's like it's a different feeling when you got to pay for stuff. So yeah, when you pay, you'll pay attention. That's it.
Yeah. You know what? I had a similar story too, but it wasn't like when I invested the money, I said I got to get the money back. I think me investing the money and releasing a large amount of money minimized the amount of money it was. Meaning, like, when you invest. If you've never invested $5,000, it's probably because $5,000 is a lot of money to you. Yep. And if $5,000 is a lot of money to you, of course you're not going to charge nobody that. But if you invest $5,000, you invest another $5,000, the amount is smaller now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, five, no problem. Yeah. Now, when it's time to charge somebody $5, you're like, oh, give me $5. Yeah. I'm always putting this $5 out, and people can feel when you haven't invested. So it wasn't even like, my mindset wasn't, oh, I got to get the money back. It was me getting more comfortable with releasing the money, which now I can like talk to somebody and say, yo, it's only $5. You're going to pay me $5,000. You're going to, especially if you invest 5 or 10 or 20 or whatever, 30, and you get a result. If you invest $30,000 and you get a result, you can't wait to charge somebody $30,000 to give them a result. Man. But the result don't come without you investing that.
Can I give you something that changed my life? She recently did an episode with Bill. What's his name? Hauser?
Bill Hauser, yeah.
Yeah. He said something at a conference that changed my life forever. He said before he's about to invest money himself, and he feels like it's a lot of money, right? So I just invested $200,000 in a program, and I was petrified. But I remember what Bill said.
You invest $200,000?
Yeah, $200,000.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? What I invested in?
No.
The VIP day.
200. Oh, the VIP. Oh,
Yeah. So
I haven't done, you know what? I had the opportunity to. It's telling me about it, and I was like, oh, all right. It sounds dope. I mean, it's like sounds dope, but it's 200,000. I had a poverty mindset.
Yeah. So
I have a poverty mindset. So you had to agree with me, bro. God,
so what Bill said is, when you think that something is a lot of money, don't get mad at the person charging you. Get mad at yourself that you still think that that's a lot of money.
That's tough.
Right? So when I was about to spend $200,000, it's like, I was like, why is he charging me $200,000? But then I had to look at myself as, Carter, what are you doing wrong that $200,000 is still a lot of money to you? Yeah. And when you do that, that changes your whole mindset, because it's like, all right, I need to do what I need to do, so this is no longer a lot of money to me. Right. So that having that perspective shifted my mindset. So now when I pay money, I'm like, yo, I got to do whatever it takes so that this is no longer a lot of money to me. And that's the road I'm on to now.
Dang. It's still a lot to me.
But I released it, right? So now my price is going up.
Yeah, for sure. Goodness gracious. So I want to know what it is, like, because you guys both deal with clients, and some of our peers, they have clients, and I want to know, what is the difference between a client that's successful and a client who isn't successful? Like, what are some of the traits that you find in those people?
So we're saying somebody who may come and take our program or what have you, and everybody. There's a lot of people that's going to watch this interview, right? Yeah.
Some people are going to take the information.
Yeah.
And they're going to go be successful.
Yeah.
Somebody's, they're just going to go turn on Netflix or something like that. it's the same, different. They're different people. They're watching the same thing.
Yeah.
But what is the difference between these two people?
Some people are addicted to information, but they're allergic to execution. Like they just like, I want to invest in this. I want to indulge in it. I want to do it. But then when it comes time to actually put in the work, they just can't show up for themselves. And then you got people.
Why can't they? Like, what is it that you've noticed? And I don't know, you need to make this a study.
Yeah.
What is that thing that won't allow them to take action?
The main thing for me, I think, is environment driven. Their surroundings don't quite allow them to get over that hump. A lot of people are asking people who are not, let's say, I'm going to use the right category, but they're asking people who aren't qualified, can they go be successful? So let me give you an example. It doesn't make sense for me to go ask my mom, how to make the money I made this year and how to be an entrepreneur. But my mom has never really been an entrepreneur. She's never really been a successful entrepreneur. So how can I go ask my mom, hey, is this podcasting thing that I want to get into with David Shands, is this a good investment, Mom? Is this a good idea? She's probably going to say, no, I don't see that working. How do you think that's going to work? She's going to talk me out of my goals and out of my dreams. And it's not that she's trying to look out for me. She's trying to care for me as mom. She's just projecting her fears and her thought process and what she think and how she feels off on me. But I made the first mistake because I went to somebody who I valued their opinion. I asked them, what did they think? And they told me what they thought, and I valued it. And I said, you know what? Maybe my mom's right. So it's my environment, as opposed to maybe I should call Carter. Maybe I should call the person who's going to mentor me, and he's going to tell me, of course you may be afraid and you're going to be scared. Carter may say, bro, yes, you're going to be afraid, but you need to just do it anyway. I need to be around people that are at the level, again, that I'm looking to go to, so that way when I decide to be afraid and talk myself off the ledge, they can say, no, bro, like you need to go in a whole different direction. So I think a lot of these people, one, they just don't have it in them. And then two, it's the environment. So they don't have nobody to go to say, hey, like, is this really a good idea? Like it's a concept of, what does married people say? Married people say, we want to hang around married people. And they say that because if I'm married and I'm hanging around somebody that's single, and me and my wife have a disagreement, I go to my single guy, they're going to say, bro, you don't need her. We going out to the club tonight. I don't need to hear that. That's not the advice. Don't give me, I can't, you supposed to be my friend. Like, be my friend. But I can't expect him to be a married friend because he's not married. So my environment is going to predicate my success. But if I'm hanging around married people and me and my wife have a disagreement, I go to one of my married buddies, he gonna say, hey bro, go to Walgreens around the corner, get some roses, get our favorite candy, go back home and apologize, it's gonna be okay. Now everything is fixed and everything is cool. It's the same concept. If you wanna be successful, you gotta hang around successful people.
I like it. David Shands here, host of the Social Proof Podcast. Listen, man, there's two things that you need to do to have a very, very happy life. One is to get the bag. Okay, you got to get to the money. The second thing is you got to keep it. It's no fun to get to the bag and you look up at the end of the year, it's like, oh, where did it all go? Okay, so there's two things you got to do. Okay, you got to get the bag, you got to keep the bag. I'm so excited that my brothers Dion and Carter are actually doing a Get the Bag challenge where they're going to teach you both parts: how to get the money, how to get business funding, how to get financing, how to make money, and also how to keep it, how to not give the government all your money and to keep track of it, okay? So getthebagchallenge.com, getthebagchallenge.com, click the link. There's a link somewhere below. I endorse this message, all right? What have you noticed?
I think that people are scared to do new things. So one of my favorite quotes is that you can't enter the land of phenomenal until you first leave the land of familiar. So many people are stuck in their own ways that trying something, like what they have the mindset, what if it doesn't work? But like, what if it does? Right? So I trained my students to shift their mindset before giving them the skill set, because I get it. I remember being born in South Side Chicago, being surrounded by poverty, lost my mom at 14, lost my dad at 16. I remember like not feeling like I was even worth doing things, right? And then it was until I understood that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting to get a different result. So for me, I think people need to take that first step, like do something new for the first time, see how it feels, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna strain you, but then see the results, and if it works, do it again. And then it starts to become, I have a nature in me now to chase things that make me scared. If it makes me uncomfortable, I know I need to go in that direction, right? So I need to be chasing fear, right? Shout out to Trap. He said fear stands for finally exiting average reality. There's no part of me that's average anymore. So I need to exit anything that makes me scared. I need to do, because that makes me know that I can conquer anything, and God would never put nothing in front of me that I can't turn into a testimony.
Are you afraid of marriage?
Marriage is one of those things. Marriage is one of those
things. You need to run towards it, my brother.
Marriage is one of those things. But because, again, I was raised in a household where nobody was married.
See his environment.
My environment made me think that marriages would fail. My environment made me think that people can't stay together for a long time. So I'm actually going through therapy to figure out, like, hey, how can I shift this narrative? Because hanging with my successful friends like you, Dion, Neo, him 500, I know all of them have one thing in common. Y'all all married.
Yep.
And so I was talking to my therapist the other day about it. I'm like, yo, I found a group of people that are making me believe that marriage is the way to go.
That's good.
And marriage can help me make me more successful, because the way I grew up is like, that ain't the case.
I don't know about other entrepreneurs, but for me, I feel like my wife give me like superpowers or something. You know, it's like, it's just different, you know? Like, it's just different. It's a at home, like just a support system, cheerleader. It's amazing to have, bro. It's a whole different ball game.
Shands, you feel the same way about that?
And which part?
The marriage part. I want to hit that.
Yeah, I mean, I go home, bro. This is probably the latest I be out. And Reese to tell you, like, we done 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock every day. You know what I mean? But I think y'all said something important, because it's almost like, how do you change your mindset while you're in the environment that gave you that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think one of the hacks is, like you're saying, environment. I think an easy thing to do is to get out of the environment, but you still got to make the decision. I be trying to go deep on, like, how do we get past it? For instance, I came down from New Jersey. I came to Atlanta from New Jersey my senior year of high school. And long story short, I wanted to go back to New Jersey where there was nothing there. Nobody there, right? Yeah. Nobody like doing anything of significance, right? And my cousin said, hey, you need to stay here in Atlanta. I'm like, but I want to go back. I want to see my friends. He said, yo, I'll buy you a car if you stay. I went back anyway.
Oh, wow.
The environment pulled me back so strong. There was no incentive in that moment that will help me change my mindset. What is it that we have to do? I think, do you have to first want to change your mindset?
I think you need to want more out of, like, I think most people don't get what they want out of life because they don't feel like they deserve it or that they're worthy of it, right? So I think that you have to desire more than what you already have. And once you start desiring more than what you already have, you'll start leaning and being pulled into that direction of trying to attain it. But if you think that, like, man, I'm just good with this $40,000 a year, man, this is cool, I'm comfortable. Some people will lie themselves into comfortability.
But are some people comfortable in that? For you, it might not seem comfortable. A 1-bedroom apartment with 2 kids, $40,000 a year, that might be comfortable for them.
I think once you expose to something greater, you'll drop something lesser.
Yeah.
So $40,000 a year is okay until you hang around people that are maybe making 100 or 200,000. You start seeing the things that they can attain. Not saying you're only chasing money or you're only chasing things in life that you don't need, but I think that once you're exposed, so the brain is the only organ that doesn't have a disposal system. It's the only organ that we have that doesn't have a disposal system. So once you see something, you can't unsee it, bro. Yeah. So that's why I think getting exposed is one of the number one things you can do early on. So you'd be like, oh, wait a second. I can't unsee that. I know when you walk to somebody's podcast studio, you was like, yo, I can't unsee this. I thought what I had before was cool, but like I need something a little bit more than that, right? But you got to get exposed first.
Yeah.
The brain is the only organ without a disposal system.
Yeah.
So what goes in stays there.
It stays there.
Goodness gracious. So it's always there until you put more stuff on top of it, but it's still there though. But I guess you got to outweigh those the good experiences or positive experiences or motivational experiences, right? Your background, where's your environment? What environment?
Chicago.
You come from?
So
I mean,
So coming down, like I've been here only 6 months.
Oh, you fresh, gangland.
Bro, and I've done more in 6 months than I've done in my last 30 years being in Chicago.
So the 5X this year
Came from being
to
here.
do with the environment.
Because when I met Neo last year, October, he said, you need to be in Atlanta. I said, well, why do I need to be in Atlanta? He said, because you need to be in proximity. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you need to be around me and these other people who are performing at the level that he said, if you want to like go up, he said, bro, you need to be in this environment. You need to be around people that's performing. He said, what's in Chicago? And I'm like, oh yeah, nothing. And so I was like, so when do I need to move? He was like yesterday. So I met Neo in October, and then by April, I had my house built and moved in April of this year. I wasn't joking.
Oh, wow.
Me, my wife, 3 kids, and my mom here. No excuses.
How does your wife feel?
My wife was just like, whatever we need to do, I'm with you. She said, I got your back. I'm with you, whatever.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so for me, I just was like, all right, well, I'm in a situation where I need to give what I'm passionate about and what my purpose is. I need to give that all my attention. And so I said, I'm gone. And I never looked back. I left all friends, family members. I said, I'm gone. Wow. That was it. I've been here ever since. And when I say I've been going crazy, I've been going. You see, I'm on social proof. Look, you don't get,
You don't get no crazy.
you don't get no better than this. You know?
Absolutely. Goodness gracious, man. I've really been studying the psychology of what allows someone to win, especially, let's just talk financially, right? The idea where you go get a developer and you put this thing together and make money, and I'd imagine you're thinking about exiting at some point, right? Selling the software. What was that process like? And at any point did you want to quit?
Wow. No, I never really wanted to quit. The process was scary. And I think that was a part of me coming to Atlanta. I don't think that the opportunity would have presented itself had I not moved to Atlanta and I've been moving the way I've been moving. Give you an example. I said, if I move to Atlanta and I get more responsibilities, I'm going to want to perform at a higher level. So when I came here, I pretty much like tripled my monthly expenses. And so I had to do more in order to continue to afford more. And so like, I'm like, yo, what do I need to do? Neo, Neo, what do I need to do like to just go crazy? And he's like, you need to get in front of more people. So $1 million worth of game, Ash Cash. Like this just them 2 platforms alone put me in front of 2 million subs. And so by doing that, now I got all these people coming. But then I learned how to create digital products and services. So this whole entire time, I'm putting everything in place. I'm getting in front of more people. And I'm on this platform. I get on another podcast with my guy called Marvin Francois. So I get on his podcast and somebody see me on air and they start watching me. I'm giving you this story. This is real stuff. I can't make it up. So this Caucasian gentleman is just watching me for like 4 months, not saying nothing to me. This is the guy who helped me with the whole setup of the system. So he sent me a DM on Facebook one day. He said, man, I've been watching you. You're a genuine guy, heartfelt gentleman. You are really for the people. I want to introduce you. You know, I want to introduce myself to you. I'm the owner of this system that you've been ranting and raving about. I want to give you an opportunity. I want to partner with you, and I want to introduce you to these developers. And I want to create you your own. I was
wow.
I was like, huh? Who, me? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm just this African-American kid from Chicago, just out here just grinding and hustling, trying to make it. And here this guy picked me out of everybody, and he wants to invest in me and push me and give me my own thing. And so I'm like, this is kind of like God ordained. You know, this stuff wasn't supposed to happen, but because I had that intuition to just want more and want better for my family, I was put in this position. So am I surprised? Yes, but at the same time I expected because I've been putting in the work. All by just getting out there and just really doing what I was supposed to do and just being obedient to the word. Somebody just wanted to believe in me. So now I have my own.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to quit? Did you ever get to that point? Or not even quit, we call it rebranding sometime or doing something different. You know what I mean? People mass quitting with rebranding.
Yeah. I don't believe in quitting because I don't think that God would ever quit on me. Right.
Tough.
So
you ain't ever quit on a relationship?
Wow, what is happening, bro? That's crazy. That's
we're gonna get you married.
Crazy.
Listen, ladies, listen. Take the camera back to Carter. Okay? Look at this man. You know what I mean? Healthy, got all his teeth, works out. That's your boy right there.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
See, I got equity is my love language teacher now, right? But no, so like again, I don't quit because like I lost my mom at 14, lost my dad at 16. My auntie raised me, and I recently realized that like losing my parents early is one of the best things that ever happened to me, respectively, because if I can get through that, I can get through anything. You think starting a business is scary? Like, you think I got a problem with like none of that matters to me. If I can get through losing my parents, I can get past that. Yeah. God put that in place on me early. Yeah. Like, all right, if you get through this, every other challenge is gonna seem like light work.
I love it.
Right. So for me, I don't really believe in quitting because like it never really gets to me that deep, because I know if I can get through that, I can get through anything. So when I go to business, it's like it has to work or it has to work. If it don't
want to quit mad times, bro.
Really?
Oh, what? All the time.
You seem so chill though, bro. Like you seem like you always got it together. Like,
well, I don't want to quit on the stuff that I don't want to quit on, but I be wanting to quit on certain things, like, and just do other stuff.
Okay.
You know what? I don't want to quit on anything. I more so just want to like just take breaks and just be with my family. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like
that's a version. No, I don't know if I do that too long. Like,
yeah. I just want to just break. Like even right now, I said I was gonna take December off. It's December 1st, and I'm over here looking at my stripe.
Congratulations, welcome to Atlanta.
Yeah,
okay,
it's crazy.
You might have been able to chill in Chicago, but not here, bro.
All right, listen. Every single week, every episode, you hear me talking about themorningmeetup.com. It's the community. Let me show you what's happening here. Every single morning, Monday through Friday, there's 400 plus people on a Zoom call, right? We're learning, we're talking, we're growing together, and this is you. There's all these people here. It's all these people in the morning meetup. Hundreds of people reading books, growing. We get together quarterly. It's amazing. And for some reason, you just keep looking at, just go to themorningmeetup.com and get in the circle. And then you'll be like way happier. Just themorningmeetup.com. Let's get back to the episode.
I want to give a couple, let's talk about making money, right? Okay. And I want to give a couple principles on what it takes to make money, okay? Running a 7-figure business, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, 7-figure, high 7-figure business, okay. What does it take to run a 7-figure business? And I'm gonna ask you to give us one, okay? And I wanna go to kind of like the 5 steps to, or the 5 things they need to keep in mind to making a bunch of money. Okay. Actually, I wanna start with you, Carter. Give me number 1.
Number 1, you have to become a master at something.
Okay.
Right? A lot of people are a mile wide and an inch deep in what they do. We need to be an inch wide and a mile deep. So I think you need to become a master or expert in something. If once you do that, you're able to monetize you, which is to sell your information for a high multiple. Like that, the one of the best things that anybody can ever do. I call it the 3E model. You need to first, get experience doing what you're doing. You need to then you need to become an expert, and that's an expert to you and expert to others around you.
Hold on, say that one more time. There's a bunch of people that they're self-proclaimed experts.
Absolutely. So you want to get experience first, then you want to become an expert, not just to you, but to those around you. You want to be seen as an expert. And that comes with putting in work. Mm-hmm. That comes with staying loyal to that one thing and not rebranding, right? Become an expert. And then once you become an expert, you can now educate. Once you start educating people on how to do what you do or how to become who you are, that's where you can start making a lot of money fast.
I love it. Yeah.
I need that because that was good.
That was good. I'm holding that in my back pocket.
That was good. That was good.
Strong. Number 2, we're just talking about making money. The top 5 things to consider when making money. A lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of it. The first thing is we need to look at how college.
Number 2.
Second 2. Okay, cool. So number 2 is we need to look at how colleges has done us. Mm-hmm. So if we would spend 4 years of our life and go to a financial institution and give them, let's just say $100,000, then why wouldn't we invest $100,000 into ourselves? Mm-hmm. So we need to think about getting a mentor. If you want to make a lot of money and maybe fast, like not a little bit of money over a long period of time. We talking about a lot of money in a short period of time. If that's your aspiration, then you need to think about looking at mentorship like college. So as opposed to going and spending 4 years at a university and giving them $100,000, why don't you go and find what I would call entrepreneur educator, and you give them, let's just call it $10,000, and give them a year of your time, and they will teach you more in that year for that $10,000 than you would have gotten from a institution, from a college professor who's probably making $40,000 a year. Like, why would I try to learn something from somebody who I don't want to be like?
Can I expand on that right quick?
Yeah.
So we were taught to go to school and spend $100,000 to go learn from somebody who is not doing what we want to do or who's not being who we want to be.
See?
We can't write that off on our taxes. We get a small deduction for tuition. we get a small deduction for tuition. We get deduction for student loan interest up to $1,500.
Yeah.
Or I can go pay a millionaire like Shands.
Talk.
I can go pay a billionaire like Grant Cardone.
Talk.
And I can pay them directly and get a 100% tax deduction for every single dollar that I pay them, because as a business owner, education is tax deductible. So you're getting rewarded. You're getting a tax deduction to learn how to make more money from somebody who's proven to do it, and they have the receipts, they have the social proof. So that's why like people like mentors is a scam or a course. No, you already been scammed. You already been put in the system that made you spend 4 years, spend $100,000 to come out making $40K. So now we have to revamp our mind. I just want to expand.
You're not gonna talk spicy like that on me. You wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Hold on. So here's the even better part with the concepts that I teach, because I teach you how to obtain a 700 credit score and get 100K in credit in less than 100 days. So then why don't you take the 100K that I showed you how to get and leverage your credit and monetize the entire situation? So if I show you how to go to these banks and these financial institutions to get $100,000 or $50,000, why wouldn't you then take that money, invest it into the mentor, like we saying, and then run up the bag and then pay the bank back? It's the same concept of when we go get a house, we don't get them $500 or $1 million. We say, hey, listen, I'm gonna pay you back over time. When we go get our car, we don't give them all the money. We say, hey, I'm gonna probably give you a little bit down. If I do, if I got good credit, I don't gotta give you nothing, but I'm gonna pay you back over time. Same thing with your education. Why don't you just go get the money from the bank and pay the entrepreneur educator and pay the bank back over time? Give yourself some time. Because most people say, well, I ain't got no money. I ain't got $20,000 to invest into your mentorship program. I ain't got $55,000 to give you for your mentorship program. Yes, you do. You get your credit repaired and you go to the bank and you get that line of credit and you give that to your mentor, and then you go run the plays and you go run up a bag and pay the bank back the money.
Well said. Number one was
Become an expert.
Become an expert. Number two, you're saying invest.
Invest in the mentor.
Give me number three.
Number three is to
Actually, let me do number three.
Okay, thank you.
I got number three. Ready? Number three step on making a lot of money is asking people for the money. You got to ask them for the money. I'm not talking about GoFundMe. I'm talking about you have to actually go to someone and say, I have a product or service. Would you like to buy it? Or you make a video that's selling someone on buying it. You got to ask, bro. The number one thing I see, the mistake that entrepreneurs make is they don't ask anybody for the money. They'll actually make a video on, yo, I got this t-shirt brand. Look, it says consistency. This is what you need.
Yeah.
And then the video's over. They're not willing to go in the streets and say, hey, would you like to buy this? Or I remember being in the mall and people come to the kiosk and I give them a whole tour about, this is what the Sleepers for Suckers brand is about. These t-shirts are dope. Like, look at the quality, material, colors, goes with your shoes. You'll like it. And they'll be like, oh, you got a website? And that was the sign that told me they're about to leave. Like, yo, this is dope. You got a website or something? Yeah. Bro, why do you need a website when you can just buy it right here, right? But the crazy thing is, I'd be like, oh, yeah, we got a website, man. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, man. And they'd be like, yo, yeah, I'm going to check you out. I'm going to buy something later. And they leave. And you know what I fail to do? Ask them for some money.
Yeah.
I never asked them for the money. So I had this rule where you got to tell me no 3 times. So they'll be like, oh, you got a website? I'm like, yeah, we do, but you should just buy it now. Would you like to buy it? 1. Would you like to buy this shirt right now? They'll be like, no, I'm gonna check it out later. And I'll say, yo, hold on real quick. Let me ask you one more question. Would you like to buy the shirt now? It sounds funny, bro, but you would not, you wouldn't believe how many people I converted on the second or third no.
Yep.
Just asking people for the money.
Yep.
Wow.
Ask them. Make some offers. Do a pitch. Ask somebody for some money. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going with number 3. You've got to ask more people for money.
The offer you don't make is the offer they can't take.
Dang.
That part.
That's number 3. You're on number 4. Let's do it.
Woo. Okay, that's good stuff right there. I think number 4 to making a lot of money is, I don't know if this counts as number 3, but like make it easy to pay you. Like I feel like so many people,
that's good.
Like so many people like don't make it easy to pay them. Like I have every payment process. How you want to pay me? Wire, credit card, deposit. Like let me know, right? And then like make it easy to pay them. I see so many businesses like when it comes to pay them, I don't have that set up. Oh, you gotta do this. You gotta go. Like you making it hard. You made the sale. Now you making it hard to pay you. That's crazy to me, right? So I think that as business owners, we have to do everything within our power to make it easy for the person to pay them while they're hot. Because once they go home and they settle down, they're not thinking about you no more, right? So I think that if you find ways or avenues to make it easy to pay you, whether it's payment plans or whatever, make it easy to pay you, and then more people will pay you more often.
So that's the psychology you're saying behind, like, if you have like a $30,000 offer, you could ask for the $30,000 right now.
Yeah.
Or you can make it easy by what you say. You said like a payment plan.
Payment plan or a deposit. We can do the rest. But I think that we have to make it as easy for people to pay us as possible. And then we have to, this is good, we have to believe that what we're selling is worth it. Greg Cardone has a quote in one of his books. It says, the first sale you have to make is you. If you're not sold on your product or you're not sold on your service, it's impossible to sell somebody else. So the first and biggest sale you have to make is you. So I think we have to be sold on our product. I know you're sold on a podcast. I know you're sold on the morning meetup. I know you're sold on the morning meetup. Like you know what I'm saying? And people sense that. And if you're sold, it makes it so much more easy to sell.
Dang, okay. Yeah, that was like 4 and 4.5. So 4 would be make it easy to pay you. And then 4.5 is you got to believe that you're worth the money. Good. Okay. Give me 5.
For me, it would be, I think a lot of people don't make the money that they want to make because they're not aiming big enough.
I like that. Okay. You're talking good. Explain that.
It's kind of like, for me, I think my first 4 or 5, about 5 or 6 years of entrepreneurship, I just kept talking about I wanted to make 100K. I just want to make 6 figures. That was it. And I was cool with it. And I made it and I hit it. It wasn't, I didn't start making 7 figures until the moment that I said, I'm going up to 7 figures. That's all it took, was just a decision.
Ain't that crazy?
All I had to do was just make just one decision to say, I'm going for it, and I hit it. So the reality is that a lot of us, we're hitting targets because they're too low. We need to aim high. Like a lot of people around me are, maybe they don't know it. I know it because I understand how this thing called life works. But a lot of people around me are starting to now make more money just by being around me. And the reason that they're making more money is because I'm stretching them. I'm making them think big.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, they cool with their job making 40, 50, and then they running their side business, maybe making another 40, 50. So they cool at 100. But like, if you get on the phone with me and I'm telling you that I'm constantly doing about $100,000 to $200,000 a month, you get to saying, wait a minute, okay, how can I get where he's at? Well, I'm thinking big. And then if I get on the phone with Carter and Carter gives me his gigantuan numbers, and then I talk to you and then you say something even crazier, I'm like, okay, yo, I need to think bigger. Because if they can do it, then I can do it. And then I was in a group text the other day, and I'm like, okay, so this guy just put up, he did 1.7 million this month. I'm like, all right, cool, I got to get it together. Because
I saw that gave me a headache. I'm like, all right, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for me to post my little 200. It's not gonna 200K for the month. He's like, all right, get it. Like, And then I'm like, so I messaged and I'm like, hey, bro, congrats. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm like, you going crazy, 7-figure. He's like, nah, bro, actually it's 8 figures in jail. And I'm like, yo, you going crazy. He's like, but no, but congrats to you, bro. You going crazy, 7 figures. I'm not going crazy. Don't do me like that. Like, you going like 8 figures, that's different. So the thing is, I think that people just need to think bigger, and you'll get there faster.
Yeah, and you can't even think bigger until you get around bigger. Yeah. Like, to your point.
And I think it's so dope is that understanding that it's enough money that him making money ain't taking away from you making money. Because what you don't want to do is get jealous. Yeah. Like you had the opportunity, but hey man, and he ain't on that. Like, no. Like somebody else's money does not take away from yours. What God put on this planet for you is yours. Yep. And we put on the planet for them is theirs. So understand that somebody else making money doesn't take away from your pocket. So that creates this abundance mindset around everybody. And if you stay in that abundance mindset, I think you get further. I think so many people like are So many people suffer from the recession is because they accept it.
Oh, wow.
Dang, that's tough.
Right? So many people, like they say, they're in a recession. It creates a scarcity mindset. They accept it. I'm not accepting that we're in a recession. We are doing great, right? In my mind, I refuse to accept that type of negativity because I deserve to live in abundance. As Ash Cass would say, abundance is your birthright, and I'm living in that.
Can I ask this question though?
Yes, sir.
What if it is a recession though?
If
I think it deserves the respect of considering it, right? So, for instance, I mean, I don't think Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos is like small thinking, but they see something and they let mad people go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They see something.
What I would say is, I know this for a fact because I study finance, I study the economy. Recessions are the time for people to make the most money if you position yourself. So here's a concept I want everybody to try to adopt. We've always been taught to have an emergency fund, right? The term emergency puts you in a scarcity mindset off the cuff. It's an emergency fund, right? And I'm not saying anybody shouldn't have an emergency fund. You want to have your bases covered, but what about having an opportunity fund?
I like that. You're talking good.
Right? So now you have money set aside to take advantage of an opportunity if it persists, right? One of the things I love about hanging with Dion, hanging around him, I stumble upon money. Like from a funding standpoint, 20,000 this bank, 50,000. I'm just stacking my funding ability so that if a recession does happen, I have an opportunity fund and I'm able to take advantage of something versus being a victim of something.
Okay, I like it. I like it. So it's not like you're closing your eyes saying it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. You're saying it's not going to kill me. Come on, I'm ready for you.
I'm ready for you. And I think we should be training, like right now, if it is a recession, you should be doing everything you can to get information, to get knowledge, to get access to funds so that if it does happen, you can take advantage of it, not become a victim of it. So one of the reason we're getting together, and we'll talk about it more later, but we're giving people opportunity to tap in with us.
I might talk about it now.
Talk about it now?
Yeah, talk about it.
Okay, cool. So we're doing a challenge called Get the Bag, Keep the Bag Challenge, right? It's gonna be in January, and we're gonna teach people how to fix their credit, get as much funding as they possibly can. And I'm gonna teach how to use that funding within their business to take advantage of opportunities, not just take advantage of opportunities, but take advantage of opportunities that also make them more money and help them save on taxes, right? Because if we do have a recession approaching, I want you to have that opportunity fund ready so you could be like, yo, that recession was the biggest opportunity that took me and my family from generational poverty to generational wealth.
I love it. All right. Wrapping back around to my first question. Harder to make money or harder to keep it, right? But we just talked, but I think you need to understand both, right? They're both not like easy, simple maybe, like it's like 1, 2, 3 step, but not easy necessarily. So we talked about kind of like the 5 things that it's going to take to make a bunch of money. So I think in respect, we kind of got to talk about 5 things to help you keep it. So I'll let you start with 1.
Okay. I'll knock the easiest one. One of the easiest ways.
You might as well just give us 3 because this is this is bad, yo. Yeah, just give us 3, okay?
Okay, I give 1, you give 1, he gives 3.
Yeah, for sure. How about you just give 5 and then we'll just help him out.
Get some bonuses.
Yeah, we got bonuses. Go for it. What are the top 5 pieces of advice you would give someone to help them save all this money they're gonna make?
Okay, well, taxes is everybody's number one expense. The average person pays 51% of their lifetime income in taxes. That's the equivalent of working for 12 months, but the first 6 months are for free.
Dang.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
And
I hate that you put it like that. Golly.
I had to set the stage, right? Like if you've given 51% of your money away, you work in 6 months for free. So let me help you not do that, right? So one of the easiest ways to keep the money is to avoid paying taxes. One of the best ways to do that is to learn tax strategies that you can implement throughout the year to keep the money, right? So one of the
I'm sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Avoid paying taxes or lower your liability?
So tax evasion is illegal. Tax avoidance is legal. Tax avoidance is finding legal ways to avoid paying taxes.
Okay.
Tax evasion is finding illegal ways to avoid paying taxes.
Hold on, whoa. You said, hold on. Tax evasion
Yeah.
is
illegally doing things that evade your tax bill.
Gotcha.
Tax avoidance is using the tax code, leveraging it the right way, because all the tax code is a series of incentives for us to follow. Tax avoidance is using the tax code to find legal ways to avoid paying taxes.
Okay.
Right?
I'm with that.
One of the best ways to do that is to leverage business credit to take advantage of buying equipment like cars or buildings, which give you this thing called depreciation. So I just bought a Lamborghini Urus, and this is good. So I bought a Lamborghini Urus using none of my money. The down payment was $50,000. I used my Amex card for the down payment.
You can put a car down payment on a credit card?
Yeah.
Sure can. I did with my Discover.
Yep.
Word?
Yeah. So now I'm using other people's money to put a down payment on a Urus. I'm getting points back for using that money, right? So that's number one. Number two, because of the IRS rule, I'm able to write off 100% of the cost of the Urus the year that I purchased it. So even though I only put $50,000 down, the car cost $250,000. I get a $250,000 tax deduction this year for financing a car, not using any of my money. So now if I'm in the 50% tax rate, if I'm saving $250,000, I'm saving $125,000 in taxes, like dollar for dollar. I have $125,000 tax savings. Now, of that $125,000, I'm gonna take 50 of that savings that I was gonna pay the IRS to pay my credit card back that I used for down payment.
Gotcha.
Now I just created $75,000 out of thin air by using other people's money to keep the bag.
Got it. Okay, so first way of keeping the money is understanding how to avoid taxes, or as much as you can.
As much as you can.
In tax. What's number two?
Number two, one of the easiest, the best things I've ever done to keep my money is this model called Profit First, where I allocate a percentage of all the money I make to separate accounts. So if I 40% of my money is reinvested into my business, right? Operating expenses. 10% of my money is going towards savings, 20% taxes. If you give your money a name or a title, you know where your money's going. If you don't give your money a name or a title, your money's gonna go where it decides to go. So I think that business owners need to, or anybody needs to allocate their money by a percentage basis. So that way, it don't matter if you make 10,000 or 10 million, a certain percentage is allocated to all the goals for you.
Let me ask you, is that money, does it okay, so say somebody buys something from you for $100.
Yep.
The $100 goes in one bank account and then you pull 40 out and put it in somewhere else? Or do you have some sort of automated situation?
So I'll do it once a month. At the first of the month, I'll move all the money to the separate accounts, right? You can do it once a week. I don't know of an automated system that'll move it for you, but
that should exist.
It should exist. Hey, that might be an idea, bro.
Yeah.
Hey man, ask your developer. See if that would be ill if through your Stripe or whatever, or however your payment processor is, it comes in, but it splits it out into different accounts.
That would be good.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's the idea. All right,
really
somebody
good.
else go.
When I worked the job, it used to be like that. I used to have it go into all my different accounts. So that way I didn't have to try to move money around. So whenever I got paid, it was boop, boop. It was percentages, boop, boop. But now I have it where, because I got similar accounts like him set up, the savings accounts and all the retirement accounts. And I just have it where they just automatically, it's like an auto pay. It just comes out of my account going into those accounts. Yeah.
So I mean, my personal checking does send money to my savings, and it's like an automatic, just kind of like draft or whatever. But I wish it was like percentage based somehow.
So I have a young lady who she handles all like my mutual funds, my brokerage accounts, my annuities and all of that. And it's just set up with American funds and all that. They just auto deduct like it's a bill. Like it just comes right out of the business account, boom, go straight into whatever account it need to go into.
That's a good gem right there. Pay yourself like you pay your bills.
Yes.
Don't miss a payment.
Yeah.
I've been missing mad payments.
Yeah. If we paid our savings accounts like we paid our bills, we'll all keep the money, keep more of our money. Right. So I think that we need to pay ourselves like we pay bills and pay ourselves first and don't miss a payment. That can be like another way to keep more of your money by paying yourself first, paying yourself like a bill, and you'll be good to go.
That was a strong 3. Yeah. My one, and I got this from George, and it was oh my gosh, I actually looked this morning and it was disgusting. George said the number one way that kills people's wealth is food. If you think about how much you spend on food, bro, so I was looking at and this is like one account. So I have a couple of business accounts. I got personal or whatever, but my business expenses, which I guess I'm not super mad because you need to write it off, but it's still a nasty number. It was like $43,000 I spent in 11 months on meals and entertainment. Dang. And that's all meals because I don't do entertainment like that.
So that's why you say in December you're not going no more restaurants?
I'm not. No, that's why I made that announcement, bro. I'm not. If we go out to, because I'll just, like we all went out to eat, and my peoples, we just did the podcast, I'm gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
All right? Me and Reese go hang out, me and the team, I just pay for it. It's just what I do. Not this month, bro. That joint was crazy. But think about this. If you had $40,000, right? And I gave you a challenge, how much could you turn 40,000 to in 6 months or a year?
A lot, yeah.
How much? Give me a number. Just if you had 40,000 that you had to flip a bunch of times for the year, how much would you turn into?
At least 250,000.
At least a quarter.
I was gonna say about 210.
Yeah.
Bro,
I think about 7 times.
I ate $250,000.
That's how you looking at it. Wow.
I just ate it, bro.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
It's like I put $250,000 on the table, got a knife and some butter and some ranch dressing, and just started eating my. It's crazy. $40,000, bro. I could have made another 250. The question is, that 250, what would I do with that next year? I ate millions.
That's good.
So,
that's good.
Thank you. I hate that I had to learn the lesson to have this understanding. But yeah, so food, bro. Stop eating out so much. Stop going on dates. Try to get them to come to the crib and cook.
I'm supposed to be trying to get married, bro. You telling me not to go on dates, man. That's crazy.
That was my single moves back in the day, okay? We're just going to come through and cook. So that would be my how to keep your money. And not even just food, just frivolous spending.
Yeah.
And I know, Carter, you like to have a drink every now and again.
Yeah, that's true.
But Carter said, when we go out, I'm getting a drink. He said, everywhere I go, I'm going to get a drink. But some people they don't have the financial maturity to not. You make the money, so you do what you want, right? But there's some people, you too broke to drink. You too broke to be smoking. What's up with you?
That's crazy.
So that'll be mine. How do you keep the money? Give me one.
I would say, just like anything else, if we want to be successful, we get us a coach. Why not get a money coach?
Ooh.
Why not get somebody who can help manage the bag?
That's good. That's good.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna hire George, my homie, to just manage. Because if you have two people look at your finances, it's gonna check
4
you.
hours are better than one.
Yeah.
Like for me to have a young lady who set up my accounts, she was able to tell me, because this not what I do. This is what she do. So she like, yo, when you turn 60, you're gonna have 1 point over here, you're gonna have 3 over. I was like, yeah, that's cool. You can keep taking whatever you need to take and keep saving it. So that way, when I turn 60, when I just need some extra money, I got some extra money there. Like I don't plan on going broke, but it's good to know that somebody is helping you plan and save for not only just your future, but for my baby's future too. I got 3 kids. I can't just be worried about me, So it's a different game we playing right now.
I love that. Yeah, I was actually, I get all the Game Room Morning Meetup, but there was, I have an Acorns account. You got Acorns?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Acorns. My Acorns pays for my travels. Yeah.
Bro, I looked at it. This is my first time looking at it in a minute. From 2019, I looked at it today, and there's $17,000 in that joint.
Wow.
If somebody took $10 out of your account today, you're not going to notice it.
Nope.
Tomorrow, you're not going to notice it, right? I didn't even I don't know when at one point I had like I had $5 going out of my account, going to Acorns every day. Just $5. Because I knew I wouldn't miss it. You know what I mean? And then it went into $10 every day. So it's nothing like super crazy. And then when I swipe my card, it rounds up to the nearest dollar. Yeah. So just having $10 out of my account going every day, which by the way, since 2019, I forgot about. And it took me a while to log in. I'm like, dang, I don't know the password because I ain't been in it. I looked today and it shocked me, bro. It said $17,000 in that account.
Yeah.
Set my Acorns back up on.
Yo, set it up,
roundups. I only had on 5. I had to set the roundups back up. Yeah.
$10 out of your account every day. $20. I think I want to step it up to 20. Really?
Let me download this app too. Hold
on.
on.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
okay, I got an affiliate link. I think. I think I have an Acorns affiliate link. So everybody, calm down. Okay. Yes. Okay. So that was 5. That was fine.
That's fine.
So we taught him how to make money and
How to
keep it.
How to keep it.
Yeah.
The two most important things for an entrepreneur. So I guess, all right, we've been here for an hour. Wow, that's been an hour.
It's been a good conversation, man.
That's a really good conversation.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, so y'all got something going on, which I absolutely love because it's a collaboration where you two do something similar but totally different.
Yeah.
So you teach people how to obtain more money, Dion, like
Yep.
how to make more money, how to get more money, right? And you teach people what to do to make sure it doesn't just fall through your grubby little fingers or give it all to the government. So I think like coming together is like the perfect storm of financial literacy. So I need y'all to tell me about the challenge because I need to be a part of it.
Okay. You might even need to come speak one of the days, man.
I think, can I?
Well, I mean, I feel like you're,
But I'm not an expert like y'all in the space. I'm gonna go off on a tangent, start teaching about podcasts and stuff. I would though. I just gotta figure out what to teach.
Okay. But yeah, so we decided, all right, at the beginning of the year, everybody's in that new money, new me mindset, right? So why not give them not just the mindset, but the tools to actually take that mindset and build it into a skill set. So we're having a get the bag, keep the bag challenge.
Get the bag, keep the bag.
Get the bag.
That needs to be the motto, bro.
Get the bag, keep the bag.
I don't have no tattoos.
Trademark that.
Yeah,
But-
I got you.
If I don't have no tattoos, but if I was a tattoo getter, I would tattoo that.
Get the bag, keep the
Get
bag.
the bag, keep
my
the bag.
next
That
tattoo.
is a mantra, bro, to live by.
Yeah.
Facts. So we decided to have this get the bag, keep the bag challenge. We teach people at the top of the year, here's how you get the money, right? Here's how you build that opportunity fund up. In case we are in a recession, here's how you build that money up. And I'm gonna teach you how to use that money to keep the money as well, how to manage it, how to keep it. So now doing this in January, while money's on people's mind, we're giving them the skill set to turn 2023 into the best financial year that they've ever had, regardless of what's happening with the economy.
So to get this money,
Yep.
does it require any special skills, talent, personality? Because I got personality.
Nah.
I feel like I can get some money, but there might be some people look like, I don't got that type of personality. I'm not as outgoing.
No. This is what I think. This is shocking. 34% of Americans have bad credit.
34%.
That's 1 out of every 3 people. So like, well, we don't have these challenges, but
Y'all look at everybody like,
so it's like if you got 3 best friends, one of your 3 best friends got bad credit. So what that means is that one of your 3 best friends, they don't have the opportunity. 1 out of 3 Americans don't have the opportunity at the lifestyle that they deserve, want, need, or gotta have. And so that means that they're suffering. So I come in and I just go over 3 small principles. I say, hey, listen, I'm gonna show you how to repair it without paying somebody else. I'm gonna show you how to enhance it. If you don't just have bad credit, you just say, I just never used it. Let me show you how to enhance it so you can qualify for the bread. So either we're gonna repair it or enhance it so you can go get this money, and I'll just show you where to go get the bag at. And then he show you how to keep it. So if you having credit challenges, I got you.
so you're saying if I improve my credit,
Yep.
I can get money.
Yes.
Hold on real quick. And I just want to give a blanket statement. If someone has good credit, can they go get access to money tomorrow?
Yes.
And that's everybody.
Today.
If a human being has really good credit or they work on
Wait.
building their credit, that very next day they can get access to money.
If the credit is good, yes. But also what goes into that, and this is why you have to have a coach or a mentor, you need to know where to go to get the money. Like I ain't trying to talk bad about Capital One, but that ain't where you want to go. Because you're gonna end up getting a $300 limit, $500 limit. You can have a $700.
For sure.
So why would you go to Capital One? Why wouldn't you let me give you the banks that you need to go to and you get 10,000, 15,000? Now we could do something. Now we could play ball. But I can't, if I'm gonna go to Capital One and get $300 limit, what I'm gonna do with that? That's not gonna help me out. So I'm going to give you, like I give the specific banks, and I ain't trying to make us sound excellent and hype us up, but we've done this before. We got a track record. Success has receipts. We've had similar webinars and challenges that we've ran. It's not gonna be comparable to this one, but we've had I've literally on the call, $250,000. You watched it live on the call. You can't what Carter said, you can't unsee these things that are happening. So you're on a call and you sitting there and you know you got bad credit. So now you got to watch the good people on the call, the people on the call with good credit, sit here and get funded live on the call. You're like, yo, that's 10,000, 20,000, 15,000. So now I'm going to show you, I don't care where you live. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what kind of experience you got with credit repair. I'm going to show you how to get the job done. I got you.
This man got somebody $105,000 on a free webinar.
What?
$105,000 in funding on a free webinar. I'm like, hey, bro, no, we got to do this. Like, we got to do this for real. Like, if you got somebody $105,000 in 65 minutes, what if we do this 5-day event where we're coaching them the whole way? Like, it's over.
Yeah. Oh, this one about to be crazy.
Yeah.
This the one that they don't want to miss. This is the one.
How did y'all come together and come up with this idea? Or just get the bag, keep the bag? Because it seemed like the perfect storm.
It was actually
honestly.
Carter's. I can't take credit.
So I had this idea of I wanted to do a challenge at the beginning of the year. I knew how to help people keep the bag, but I didn't know really how to help people get the bag that well. So I've been like vetting people for a while in the back, like who do I want to do this event with? And we got to know each other. We did some stuff together, and he's so genuine, he's so serious, and I think us both being black males from a city that that has a crab in the barrel mindset, I'm like, man, this is bigger than this. It's just teaching people financial literacy. This is also showing them that collaboration over competition, and that two people who are doing well that come from a city that has a crab in the barrel mentality can come together and put on an event for the world and really change the not just financial literacy, but the mindset of like, yo, we don't have to always try to bite each other's necks. Like, let's come together and let's teach, and we all can win. Like, everybody can win. There's no limit in this. So I had this idea for a while. I hit him up about it halfway through the year. I'm like, hey man, mark your January down, shut everything down. We doing this challenge. We go change the world.
Wow. I love it. That's exciting. Okay, so how do they get involved? Like, what do we do?
Yeah, you got to text.
Well, the first thing they need to do is they need to text proof. You like that?
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Text
I ain't mad at
proof to
that.
74121. They're going to get a link so that way you can go ahead and
What's the number again?
proof to 74121.
Okay.
74121. That's all they got to do is text proof, the word proof, PROOF, just like social proof. Text proof to 74121. We're going to get them locked in.
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
And we also we'll have the link, the direct link in the show notes as well, so
Okay,
so that they can sign up. But like, yeah, man, and we're doing something special for the first 100 people.
Is there a website?
Yeah,
they're going to get a text to link. So when they text that proof,
Just text the link. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
the link
Okay,
going to come back
gotcha,
to them.
gotcha.
Yeah.
And we'll have the link, but okay, I got you.
Yeah. We're doing something special for the first 100 people because I believe that success loves speed, as we always know. And I believe that the quicker people learn how to execute on opportunities faster, they'll start doing that more. So we have a surprise giveaway. It's going to be $1,000 plus in value for one of the first 100 people to.
Oh, I thought you were going to give away the car.
The Lamborghini? Oh, no.
I didn't know. I didn't know how serious you was for the culture. You know what I mean?
Wow.
He said, wow.
You know what I mean? For those first 100 people, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Raffle off the lamb? Okay.
Raffle off the land. Oh my gosh. Nah, but yo, thank y'all so much, man. I've enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, this was good.
This was really, really good. And I think there's like there's a rewatcher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this is one that you watch now, then a couple months later, you watch it again and you share it with your friends and family. Like, y'all really got to share this one out because so much information was dropped here. So listen, let everybody know how they can connect with y'all, man. And do y'all have a particular goal of like how much funding you want to have, or how many people you want to be, like how many success stories do y'all have a goal if y'all come together?
Yeah.
With that?
I think we can generate $5 million in funding. Yeah, at least $5 million in funding for people, and I'm gonna help them. I'm gonna give over $5 million for the tax saving strategy. So you can say 5 and 5.
Yeah,
I like that.
Like my personal goal is I would love for the people that show up to get them like 50,000 plus, individuals who just serious and who show up and who run the plays and who execute. Show you how to get at least $50,000 plus. So you go into the new year with 50,000, and he gonna show you how to save the 50. So it's a free 50 minimum. So that in itself, I think you could do something with 50,000.
So if we get 1,000 people in the room, I think the math will math.
That the math will math.
So we get 1,000 people in the room and do 50,000 each person. That's $5 million.
So then what they need to do is they need to text proof to 74121.
They'll get some direct link.
You're gonna get that link. Go ahead and get in the room. And listen, man, we're doing a challenge. So we do have the opportunity for people who want to get in and ask questions. What they need to do is they need to go VIP. I think that we have some people that are very important. They know they're very important people. So don't be the guy that's in the club looking at the guy up there with the sparklers having fun.
Yeah.
Be the guy with the sparklers.
Be the guy with the sparklers in VIP. That's a very important person. So that's where you want to be. You're gonna be able to, ask questions in that particular part of everything. So yeah.
Yeah, if you don't think you're a very important person, how will anybody else think you're a very important person? Yeah. And the VIP tickets is cheap as I don't know what. So I think everybody should join VIP, get to ask us questions, get to really tap in with us.
Also, the VIP, like they'll be able to ask live, like
live.
Ask you in their particular situation, like, yo, this is my situation. Yep. Okay, I like that.
Absolutely. Like we want to give people a personal touch point.
That's dope. And if you're walking into 2023 with $50,000 and a recession do hit, that 50, that'll hold you down. You know what I mean? Just in case. Just in case. Keep it in your pocket, all right? Man, I love this, man. Thank y'all so much for empowering the community, empowering entrepreneurs, empowering people who really just want more out of life, man. I think you guys are doing phenomenal jobs, man. So I'm going to have both of y'all just close this out with a word of wisdom, something to put a bow on this whole conversation. And Carter, I'll start with you.
In order to have an above average income, you must first become an above average person. So do everything you can to become an above average person, and it's inevitable that you'll have an above average income.
I love it. Dion, talk to me, man. Take us out.
Man, normally the enemy is the enemy. So you have to get past yourself. A lot of people are stuck in the same position, same mindset, just the same everything. And I know you want better for yourself. So you got to get past you. Get that enemy out the way. Because it's just enemy. That's it.
I love it. Listen, man, we can't close it out no better than that. Man, do yourself a favor, man. Join the challenge. Text proof to
74121.
74121. Be a part of the challenge. Educate yourself, man. Start investing in yourself. All right. This ain't even really no big investment. It's actually about the cost of a really, really cheap date.
Yeah.
A really cheap date. I'm talking about like the 2 for $20, couple of drinks and appetizer, dessert. Like, you know what I mean? So instead, just take one night off from Olive Garden, okay, and then invest in yourself, okay, and then go get yourself some social proof, meaning go build something. But you got to come back to your community and teach them how you did it. Okay, it's the only way our community grows. Okay, we are out of here. So subscribe, follow us, share it. Peace.